Welcome back, family friends, to this week's event for family living. We are visiting the National Video Game Museum in Frisco, Texas, so pick your power-ups and press start to go! Located in Frisco, Texas, the National Video Game Museum first opened its doors in April of 2016 and features thousands of video game memorabilia from common household video games that you and I can recognize and other obscure games that never reached worldwide popularity. This amazing museum has also created a chronological order for guests to travel through time, or rather the evolution of gaming, the rise, the fall, and its influence. However, if you wish to free roam, then you may do so as well. Pong. A simple contest of timing your vertical line to deflect a bouncing ball to your opponent in hopes of them failing to return. That would net you a point. Overtime? Time limit? Nope, none of those apply here. Would you buy a system to play Pong these days? Probably not, but in 1973 it had sold over 2,000 units and nearly quadrupling the units sold a year later. This is stage one, how it all began. Naturally, with great success, others will imitate, and a plethora of third-party accessories and like-kind games were created. Now we find ourselves in stage 4. Ideas about how we interact with video games came to life with different remotes, platforms, and wearable technology. Lots of different types of handheld games were debuting as well. The Great Video Game Crash of 1983. Poor business judgment coupled with third-party vendors creating poor and often unplayable games led to the decline in the public's faith in video games. Atari recorded losses around $500 million, and it seemed that video games were almost out for good. And in comes home computers, Apple's Computer Lisa and IBM PC Junior, just to name a couple.
Now, after some time and good faith restored back into video games, developers not only continued to create great games, they also created games that allowed the player to effectively create their own game, or what is referred to as sandbox games, such as Minecraft. They were doing a bit of remodeling, so stages 9, 10, and 11 were missing, but I think we captured the exhibits in this scene. At the checkpoint, you'll find a wall of glass casing displaying rare and unique consoles and games. For example, did you know that Donkey Kong for Super Nintendo released on November 21st, 1994, and it sold more than 6 million units in that year? That's less than 2 months! As the popularity of video games had risen past the height of popularity before 1973, companies were riding the wave on how to engage its gamers without a TV. So, popular video games turned board games like Street Fighter II. In this board game, you pick a character, move around the board fighting bad guys by rolling a special die, and when you win, you level up. You continue your path to ultimately fight M. Bison to become the greatest Street Fighter of them all. Stages 13 and 14 is how a typical household with video games would have looked like. Leave it to our daughter, who's in a museum of video games, is fascinated by a rotary phone. And stage 15 is a wall that pays tribute to a Keith Robinson and his efforts within television. So, before Madden and Overcooked, you had NFL football and Burger Time. Stages 16 through 17 are the last of the stages in this museum, and the highlight here, besides a life-size Dracula, is the old school arcade room. I had the chance to see a video game based off of Michael Jackson. From the looks of it, you dance away the bad guys with special powers and destructive moonwalking. Sounds about right. The very last stop of the museum, before you leave, be sure to check out the gift shop. From live-action Super Mario movies to handheld plush toys, you'll definitely find something here to buy as a keepsake for your experience at this museum.
Visiting this museum was a real treat for us. Growing up, we both played video games after school or sneaking to play when our parents were asleep. The nostalgia of having sleepovers with friends and always trying to be player one was felt throughout the museum. If you have a chance to visit, I definitely recommend going. Thanks for watching, and if you have a place here in Texas you recommend, please let us know in the comments below. Please like and subscribe, and FamiLee Adventure videos are released every Wednesday. See you next time.
What was that?
This game doesn't make sense. We just watched the screen and
Yep. Isn't it awesome how great video games are nowadays?